Obituaries, presentation of Curtis and Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg, 256-245-4361. Your Dignity Memorial Funeral Home for burials, cremation, pre-need is Curtis and Son Funeral Home. North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg, 256-245-4361. That's Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Mrs. Tallulah Bailey, age 83, of Sylacauga, died at Coosa Valley Medical Center on December 31st. Curtis and Son Funeral Home announcing. Mrs. Betty Ann Rayfield, age 42, died January 1st in Valley, Alabama. A graveside service will be held on Wednesday afternoon at 2 p.m. from the Old Childersburg Cemetery. Visitation prior to the service, 11 until 1:30 at the Childersburg Chapel of Curtis and Son Funeral Home. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel, directing. Mr. Charles W. Daly died at Coosa Valley Medical Center January 1st at the age of 74. Curtis and Son Funeral Home announcing. Mrs. Kathleen Walters, age 66, died at Sylacauga Health and Rehab January 1st. Curtis and Son Funeral Home will announce the arrangements. And funeral arrangements are set for Rodney Paul Brannon, age 69, of Bon Air. That service will be Tuesday, January 3rd at 11 a.m. from Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel, with the Reverends Chuck Carnegie and Matt Hillier officiating. Burial in the Green Hill Cemetery. Visitation tonight at the Childersburg Chapel from 5 until 8 p.m. Mr. Brannon died December 30th at Brookwood Medical Center. Online condolences at curtisandsonfunerals.com. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel, directing. Joyce S. Gentry, age 74, of Sylacauga, died at Shelby Baptist Medical Center on December 31st. Radley Smith Funeral Home announcing. Mr. Donald W. Griffith, age 52, of Sylacauga, died New Year's Day at Coosa Valley Medical Center. Radley Smith Funeral Home with the arrangements. Funeral service for Gary Waylon Brooks, age 63, of Childersburg, is today at 2 p.m. from the Chapel of Radley Smith Funeral Home. Dr. Danny Corson officiating. Burial in the Tallahatchie Cemetery in Alpine. Mr. Brooks died Thursday, December 29th at Coosa Valley Medical Center. He was a member of the Odina Baptist Church. He also served in the U.S. Army for 8 years. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at radleysmith.com. Radley Smith Funeral Home, Sylacauga, directing. Funeral service for Mrs. Edna George Willis, age 87, is today at 11 o'clock in First Baptist Church in Alexander City. The Reverend Dr. Gerald Hallmark officiating. Burial in the Alexander City Cemetery. The family receiving friends this morning, 9:30 until 10:30 at the church. Mrs. Willis died December 30th at her residence. She was a member of the First Baptist Church of Alexander City. The family will accept flowers or memorial contribution can be made to the American Cancer Society in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, or to the First Baptist Church of Alexander City. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at radleyfuneralhome.com. Radley Funeral Home directing. Memorial service for Mary Carlisle Johnson, age 63, of Alexander City, is Tuesday at 2 o'clock from Church in the Pines. Randy Anderson officiating. The family receiving friends Tuesday from 1 until 2 p.m. at the church. Mrs. Johnson died December 29th, and in lieu of flowers, the family request donation be made to the Lake Martin Humane Society in Alexander City. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at radleyfuneralhome.com. Radley Funeral Home directing. And Mr. James Morgan Deason, age 89, of Sylacauga, died this morning at his residence. Funeral arrangements are incomplete. They'll be announced by Radley Smith Funeral Home. This obituary report brought to you by Curtis and Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. 256-245-4361. It's your Dignity Memorial Funeral Home for pre-need burials and cremations. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.